This is a Runic video for a certain magical index episode 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. A fifth of whoa. A 5 episode reaction. I almost said 15 for some reason. A 5 episode reaction. Click in the link in description below to go watch my reaction. It is a bit of a rewatch. There wasn't really reactions, like anything to it kind of thing, so just keep that in mind. There wasn't like any kind of wow factor kind of things, because it's kind of just a different animation, a different, whatever, just a lot of things different here and there. But ultimately, it's the same story that we saw in Railgun. So it's just like a different take on it, basically. So it's more so just a rewatch. I mean, there's a lot of index side of things that we never got to see in Railgun, and vice versa, kind of thing. Like both had their moment to shine anyway for the story. But anyway, I just want to let you guys know that it's not like a genuine reaction. Like it's not the best reaction kind of thing. Just me like rewatching what the index side of the story would be, kind of thing. Anyways, click away now or be spoiled as to what happened in this show. I'm probably just going to talk about those small things here and there. So yeah, click away now or be spoiled as to what happened in these episodes. Okay, so obviously the big things that I noticed from like the rewatching of these episodes is the Index's version of like the big plasma ball kind of thing. That was totally different in Index than compared to Railgun. Railgun made it a big superstorm above Accelerator, a massive freaking storm above him. And the sisters just walked up to the windmills, just touching them, and it like made them turn kind of way faster. Like I don't think that that's one thing that the Index did was like you see the lightning effects like around the windmills, and then they kind of turn a little bit. But in Railgun, they were like massively spinning, like they were like going fast, like just like spinning all just out of control kind of thing. So those little things were obviously different. And then there's a bunch of different conversations that were different that never really took place. Basically, continuity. Basically, stuff like continuity and like information that you wouldn't know otherwise. But since we watched Railgun, they had plenty of time to explain certain things to us, either through actually showing us or teaching us, as the time goes on, or just hearing like a character's thoughts, that kind of thing. Like that was one big thing that the Misaka scene on the bridge when Toma first went there to try to convince her that he wants to help. That scene in Railgun had a ton of like mental notes, so like hearing Misaka's thoughts as she's going through the whole scenario with Toma, and what she's thinking, kind of thing. But in Index, we never got to see or hear or anything, a single thought in her mind. We just heard Toma's. I'm wondering, I can't remember now exactly, but I'm wondering if we ever heard Toma's inside voice or whatever thought process in Railgun. I feel like we didn't. I feel like it was just all face value kind of thing. So it's actually really interesting that Index and Railgun have their own thoughts kind of thing, which is really interesting. Also, another big note that was like completely flipped or different compared to Index and Railgun was the scene when Toma walked up to the dormitory, where he was talking to Kuroko via the intercom. In Index, she was talking with him and everything, and then through hearing his voice is when she picked up that it's Toma. But in Railgun, she had the camera kind of looking at like the lobby or whatever, and then he was there like at the intercom. So she saw like who it was, and mentally there was mentally that she was thinking like a ton of crap. Like she was like, well, I should do something. I think like she's like going on and on and on and on about trying to figure out what to do with him, kind of thing. And he was about to leave, and then that's when she like answered the phone, or whatever, answered the call. So those were different, and like was very different scenarios, because like in Index, like he hit call, and then she picked up right away. they talked, and then she figured out it was Toma, and then brought up to the room. Also, the head. I still have mistress on my mind. I don't know why. The head lady, and she came in the room asking where is Misaka and everything, and Kuroko said that she was out doing extra classes, remediary classes. But in Railgun, it was that she was sleeping. She was in the bed, like she had like a bunch of pillows like stacked up, whatever, like in the blankets to make it look like she's sleeping. And then the head person, the girl, said like, I was hearing strange noises or something like that. And then Kuroko came up with this plan, was like, all right, let's go down the hall and see if we can find that noise, kind of thing. And then they walked off together. But in Index, I guess she went to go to dinner or something like that. Like that was like the why she was late. Leaving Toma to sit there and read the paper. Which the paper thing was there was another thing that was different. Because in Index he had it the entire time and he put it in his pocket, and then he was like sacrificing himself to Misaka when she was trying to get through him. In Index, the paper was burnt up. It was ripped apart, burned, and everything got destroyed. And they have like a timestamp on the thing that even Toma read, and he was like, "Oh, it's the next experiment is like today in like half an hour or something like that." And the EMP that she emitted, the Bassett bomb, the other thing that was different. It was the same thing, but like in Railgun, it was bigger. Like it was a massive EMP that took out most of the city in the distance. But that broke his watch. And he was trying to get there as soon as possible before it happened, and it looked like he was on time. But once he looked at his clock again, and he realized like it hasn't moved or like that, he looked up at a different clock and it was different. And his watch stopped because of the EMP. So he had to rush there as fast as possible, but the battle was already commencing. It was already happening. So stuff like that was really cool to kind of see the difference of. But again, this was mainly just like a rewatch, like the stuff that was different between Index and Railgun. So that plot wise, I knew all of what was going to happen. Like a couple scenes here and there that were altered, but we did see the Index side of characters talking about different things, because Railgun had like all the background characters, like or not background, but side characters like Kuroko and Uruharu and Satin and everything, talking about Misaka and what she's going through and trying to figure out what's wrong with her, that kind of thing. Like that was like the main thing on their side. Whereas Index, it was all about Index and the girl talking with a teacher, just like hanging out and doing stuff basically. Because Toma was gone for the night or whatever. So very cool, interesting kind of back and forth about like what's different, what's not, that kind of thing. New conversations, different in certain situations. So it was very cool. I really liked it. So tune in next week for some more Index / Railgun. Not sure quite yet where we're going to go from here, but basically we're going to be jumping between Index and Railgun as time goes on. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week for some more Railgun / Index. Take care, buddy.